Good morning, all the PGTs in English in our EMRS schools. Today is the last day of the training program for the PGTs of EMRS. Now we started from 17th August and we are closing today, that is on 28th September. In this meantime, in each subject, physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, mathematics, English, computer science, we have 4 days training program. And each day having 4 sessions, 4 hours. So for each subject, we have covered about 16 hours during the 17th August to 28th September. Now, you people, I mean to say, the PGTs of EMRS, you have got 2 different distinction syllabi. One is in English and another is in computer science. So as the syllabi of English and computer science are quite different from the syllabi of CHSE Orissa, and you requested me many times, sir, please conduct separate capacity building training program for us, the PGTs of EMRS. So as per my promise, I kept my promise, and at the same time, as the first batch of students of class 12 is again going to reappear, the CBSE syllabi, because the students of class 12 were appearing the CHSE syllabi since last 3 to 4 years. But again, as per the direction of the Government of India and the MOTA, the CBSE course is again reintroduced in all the EMRS schools throughout India. So I decided that I should conduct separate capacity building training program for you, the PGTs of EMRS in my state. I know that there may be many lacunae and there may be many scopes for further improvement. Now, after today, you give me suggestions for betterment of this training program in future, and I promise you that I will carry out your suggestion for any type of improvement in future years. Thank you very much. Now, I hand over the mic to my colleague, very good friend, Dr. Basant Kumar Misra, and he will be delivering his talk. Now, again, I have to tell you that there was one madam who was to come today for the class, the first prayer, 9 to 10. But yesterday, she told me that she is more or less on the verge of suffering from corona. So I requested my good friend, Dr. Misra, to engage her class also. So please, more or less, bear with him, because the portions of madam, some part may be covered and some part may not be covered, because she told me yesterday night at 7 p.m. that, sir, I am on the verge of suffering from corona. So I decided not to call her again. But I promise you that the questions relating to madam's chapter will be given to you or will be said to you, all of you. And I have already told that there is a proposal that we will print all the questions and give it to your students. The proposal is lying with the government. I think it will be more or less the government will accept this proposal and will try to print all those questions and give you. Even if before to that, I will share those questions to all of you for your guidance and direction or teaching to the students. Thank you very much. I hand over the mic to Dr. Misra.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, good morning to you all.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, good morning, sir.
Namaste.
Good morning, sir.
So today we start again. We are coming to term 2, term 1. We are coming to term 1 of Flamingo. Last evening, I got a call that from your director that I should be taking a class on vistas. But actually, Ivan takes the O level, that very particular text, it stretches to 22 pages. And since my printer was not in order, I couldn't get the copy and I couldn't prepare. So we shall be just discussing those three topics: lost spring, then your deep water, and the last lesson. We shall be discussing the MCQs and other short questions possible, and some objective type questions which would be quite beneficial to students of your students. So first of all, we shall be starting with Lost Spring by Anish Jung. So today, let's come to the MCQs. Then we shall be discussing the objective type questions, other objective type questions. So here are some of the questions. You can also frame a more number of questions for the benefit of students. So here are some model questions which we shall go through. Who is the author of Lost Spring?
Anish Jung.
A. Arundhati Roy, B. Anish Jung, C. Jhumpa Lahiri, D. William Douglas.
Anish Jung.
The answer is definitely Anish Jung. She is from Rourkela. The colony of rag pickers is situated in the south of Delhi, Mongolpuri, Jahangirpuri, Simapuri.
Simapuri, sir.
Simapuri. You are right. 100% right. Simapuri. Saheb's home before Delhi was in Bengal, Odisha, Dhaka, Bihar.
So it's
His home
Dhaka.
was in
It is, sir,
In-
Bangladesh, sir.
So it's
Bangladesh.
Dhaka.
Bangladesh.
Dhaka is in Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, Dhaka.
There was continuous storm and other things. It swept away their houses. They couldn't get proper food. They couldn't maintain themselves. That's why in 1971, many people came to India as refugees and they settled here and there. And many of them settled in Simapuri, taking the profession of rag picking. 4. Why did Saheb leave Dhaka? Because of lack of resources, because of lack of enough food, because of friends, because of parents.
Lack of food, sir.
Which one is the right answer?
Lack of foods.
Because of lack of enough food.
Yes, sir.
They were starving there and they had no other option than to move over to India to get a living. What forced Saheb to be a rag picker? What forced Saheb to be a rag picker? A. Hard work. B. Destiny. C. People around him. D. Acute poverty.
Acute poverty.
Which one is the right answer?
It's acute poverty. Poverty.
It is acute poverty. Please excuse me. Hello. Why did Saheb go through your garbage dumps? Why did Saheb go through garbage dumps? To find a silver coin, a rupee, a 10 rupee note, all of these. There are 3 alternatives: to find a silver coin, a rupee, a 10 rupee note. all of these?
A rupee.
Silver,
A.
silver.
All of this.
To find a
To find
silver
a
coin.
silver coin.
To find a
Or
silver
rupee.
coin.
No, it is not the only thing. The right answer is all of these. To find
Oh.
a silver coin,
How, sir?
to find a rupee, to find a 10 rupee note. So he was working,
Searching for
he was going through the garbage dumps to get all these. So
yes, yes.
the answer is all of these. What do the boys appear like to the author in the story? What do the boys appear like to the author in the story? A. Morning crows. B. Evening crows. C. Morning birds. D. Evening birds.
Morning bird.
Sir, morning birds.
Morning birds.
Morning
Very early
birds.
in the morning they come out
Yeah.
for egg picking.
Yes.
That's why the poet, the writer compares them to morning birds.
Yesterday morning.
What was Sahib looking for? What was Sahib looking for in the garbage? Eggs, gold, toys, shoes. Alternatives are there.
Gold.
Gold. He was looking for gold in the garbage dumps. According to the author, what was garbage for the children? Garbage for parents is different. Garbage for children is different. They look on garbage in a different light. So for children, is it a means of entertainment? A means of time pass? A means of playing? A wonder? A wonder?
Wonder, only right answers.
Yes, it's a wonder. It's a wonder because every day when they walk through those garbage dumps, they feel as if something new would come out of the garbage dump. That's why it's a wonder for children. Why did Sahib not go to school? He was illiterate. He couldn't get the opportunity to go to school. Why? A, not interested. B, had no money to pay fees. Wanted to go for movie. Afraid of teachers. There are four alternatives. Not interested. Had no money to pay fees. Wanted to go for movie. Afraid of teachers. Why didn't he go to school?
Sir, he had no money to move to school.
Let's see.
Yes, he had very
No
good.
money.
He had no money to pay fees. That's why he couldn't go to school.
Yes.
What's the meaning, literal meaning of Sahib-e-Alam? That is his name, Sahib-e-Alam. The alternatives are owner, B, rich man, C, poor man, D, Lord of the universe.
Sir, Lord of Universe. Lord of Universe.
Lord of the universe. Sahib-e-Alam literally means Lord of the universe. So,
Just a minute, please.
ଆଜିର ଯୋଉଟା ଅଛି ସାର୍ ସେଟା ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି
ଆଜିର କୋଉଟା ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ
ଆଜିର ଯୋଉ ଥିଲା ଯୋଉ
ଆଉ ଦୁଇଟା ଆସୁଛି
ଥର୍ଡ ଲେଭେଲ ଛୋଡ଼ି ଜାଡି
ଯୋଉଟା ଆଜି
हाँ sir, সেটা বলতে that I will discuss. That will do, that I will discuss. Because I have read, yes, because I have read the story. Okay, sir. Hmm. हाँ 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 अच्छा अच्छा देख चलें हाँ 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 ठीक है मैं चलिए okay let's come back according to the author what was garbage for the parents we know what was garbage for the children now what was the garbage for the parents is it a means of entertainment a means of joy a means of sorrow or a means of survival
Means of
Survival.
Survival.
Means of
It is
survival.
a means of survival because that is the only thing they know in life and that becomes the means of survival for them. Why do children walk barefoot? Why do children walk barefoot? It is due to lack of money or tradition, lack of interest, lack of shoe stores.
Tradition.
Tradition also, and they have no
Lack of money or tradition,
Lack of money.
interest, lack of shoe stores.
So, sir, both they have no money and also it is called tradition also.
So it has almost become a tradition.
Yes.
They try to cover up their misery and they say that it is a tradition that we go barefooted, we don't wear shoes. It has become a tradition. Very ironically, we call it a tradition. Actually, it is not a tradition, but the writer
Yes. Yes.
very ironically says that it has become a tradition that they go without shoes, they go barefooted.
Sir,
How
then
many rag
what will
pickers
be the
live in
answer, right?
Simapur?
Sir, sir,
Yes, yes,
excuse me,
yes.
sir. So then what will be the
Ah.
right answer, sir? Tradition or
Sir,
sir?
right answer. Yes, sir. Yes.
No, it is tradition. It has
Sir,
So if
almost become a
question
tradition.
comes, sir, if ironically,
Ironically, we call it a tradition, but actually
realistically,
there is no such tradition that they go barefooted, that they go without shoes. It has become a tradition that is
Sir,
to cover
sir,
up their
about the-
misery, to cover up their
the
weakness.
priest
They
son,
say.
it is mentioned there, sir.
It is not simply lack of money. Whatever they get, they can buy shoes. Whatever they get, they can buy shoes or chappals, but they don't do that. It has almost become a tradition for them to go barefooted.
Yes, yes.
How many yes. What did the young man from Udupi pray for? The writer is giving reference to a young man from Udupi, the son of a priest. What was he praying for? Was he praying for gold, a motorcycle, a big house, a pair of shoes?
Pair of shoes.
Sir, a
pair
pair
of
of
shoes,
shoes.
sir.
Yes, he was
Pair of-
praying for a pair of shoes.
Sir, it is
And,
also very sarcastic, sir. This
It is definitely, it is fantastic. And it is also very unfortunate that one is praying for a pair of shoes. And after he got a pair of shoes, he again prays that, oh God, please let me not lose those shoes.
So this.
He prays daily to God. So it is really the irony of it. This is high drama of life, a sorrowful life, a tragic
is-
life. You can
this
well
is
say.
exaggeration, sir.
Excuse me,
Sir?
sir.
It is not
Sir.
an exaggeration, it is a reality. It is a drab reality, you see. It is not an exaggeration.
Then sir, praying for
How
chappal,
many
so-
rag pickers live? Yes,
So trivial thing is
Yes,
chappal,
yes.
sir, for praying for that.
praying for chappals.
Sir,
Uh,
excuse me. Sir,
feel
I have a
anything more
question,
there?
sir.
Because you see, these people are not dreamers. They don't have big dreams. Their dreams are very tiny ones. And that's why he's praying for chappals.
Okay, sir.
Now let's come to the next question. How many rag pickers live in Simapuri?
Then
How many rag pickers live in Simapuri? Is it 5,000?
10,000,
6,000?
sir.
10,000.
1 lakh?
Sir, 10,000.
10,000.
10,000,
right.
sir.
You are
10,000.
right. Around 10,000 rag pickers live in Simapuri. Survival in Simapuri means A. Stealing, rag picking, working as domestic servants, selling vegetables.
Rag picking.
Rag picking.
Rag
Rag
picking.
Rag picking, it is very, very common. Rag
Sir,
picking through the years has acquired the proportions of, it's a beautiful question, you see. Rag picking through the years has acquired the proportion of means of entertainment, of fine art, a mechanical skill, a living god. Rag picking through the years has acquired the proportion of means of entertainment, of fine art, of mechanical skill, or living god. What should be the right answer?
Sir, question.
Once again, I'm you're reading out the question. Rag picking through the years has acquired the proportions of A, means of entertainment, of fine art, of mechanical skill, or living god.
So it could be a fine art, sir.
Yes, you are quite correct. Of fine art. It has become a fine art. They churn out whatever is necessary and they discard what is not necessary. So it has become a fine art for these rag pickers.
Sir, little bit more clarify, sir. Fine art, sir.
It's a fine art, yes. Sahib was seen, yes,
With regular practice, they are developing their skill. This is art, sir.
yes, this is an art. And the writer calls it a fine art. Sahib was seen standing outside a club watching two young men playing. He stands outside the gate of a club and very intently looking at how these young men were playing.
It's
Were
a
they
game,
playing
sir.
badminton? Were they playing
Yes.
cricket? Were they playing tennis? Or
Tennis,
they were
tennis.
playing volleyball?
So
tennis,
it's a
sir.
tennis. Right
Tennis,
answer,
sir.
tennis.
Yes, they were playing tennis. They were dressed in white and they were playing tennis, which was beyond the reach of this unfortunate young boy. So he was very intently looking from outside the gate of the club. The game Sahib was watching, was out of his own imagination. B, out of his reach. C, unfavorable to him. D, as good as rag picking. There are four alternatives. Out of his own imagination, out of his reach, unfavorable to him, as good as rag picking. It was,
Out of his reach.
yes, it was out of his reach. He can't reach there. He can't play tennis in life. He only watches. Very unfortunately, the children can't have that luxury of playing tennis. Where is Sahib working? Sahib later on, after he was a regular rag picker, but later on he worked somewhere. Where is Sahib working? In a jewelry shop, in a tea stall, in a cinema hall, in a bicycle stand.
So in a
stall.
tea
Tea
shop,
stall, sir.
he was
So he
taking the
works
milk
in a tea
canister.
stall. Yes, he works in a tea stall. The milk canister appears to be, he carries a milk canister. Beforehand, he was carrying the plastic bag. Now, he is in a different form and different appearance. So the milk canister appears to be dash than the plastic bags he would carry.
Heavier,
It appears to be lighter,
heavier,
heavier, easier, more comfortable.
heavier.
Heavier, sir.
It's
More
heavier.
heavier.
Heavier. Though actually it is not heavy, but it appeared to be heavier than the plastic bags he would carry when he was just a rag picker.
Because in rag picking, he has the freedom, but he is now under control of somebody.
Yes, you are right. We are coming to that question also.
Actually, he
What
was
does Sahib-
enslaved. Sir.
Yes, he is enslaved. What does Sahib? Because he says he is no longer his own master. He is no longer his own master. He is at the beck and call of someone else, the tea stall owner. What does Sahib seem to have lost working in a tea stall? What does Sahib seem to have lost working in a tea stall? What does he lose? Number one, he loses his skills, his freedom, his money, his parents and home.
Sir, his freedom, sir.
Yes, you are right.
As
He loses his freedom.
Sir.
He was a morning bird. He was as free as a bird. And for him, rag picking was a wonder. But now your work domain has been very much limited. And he is enslaved and he has lost his freedom. Why does the writer say that Simapuri is miles away from Delhi? Is it actually miles away from Delhi? No, it is in the periphery of Delhi. We know so far as distanciation is concerned, distance is concerned, we see it is very nearer to Delhi, in the periphery of Delhi. But the writer says that Simapuri is miles away from Delhi. There are four alternatives. Because it is far away from Delhi. B, because the highway is too far. C, because unlike Delhi, there is poverty, distress and dirtiness. D, because there is no metro trains here.
so it's option C. Due to poverty, it is far away from Delhi.
Yes, because unlike Delhi, there is only poverty, distress and dirtiness. That is why the writer says that it is miles away from Delhi. What does the title Lost Spring symbolize? Lost blooming childhood, autumn season, no voice of cuckoo heard, or lost money?
Said option A,
Option A, lost blooming childhood.
childhood.
The
Yes, sir.
budding children, the blooming, your childhood is totally trampled by poverty, acute poverty. And that is why we say they have lost their spring. That is the spring of life. Why is now we come over to the next part? Mukesh, Bengal industry, glass blowing industry, etc. Why is Firozabad famous?
For Bengal.
Ceramic
Bengal.
industry, tiles and marbles, brass antiques, glass blowing industry. Firozabad is famous for ceramic industry, glass blowing industry, tiles and marbles. D, brass antiques.
So it's option B, glass going.
Option B,
Yes,
glass
sir.
blowing industry.
Yes, sir.
So Firozabad is very famous for bangles, for the
Bangles.
glass blowing industry. Mukesh wants to learn to become a motor mechanic. He has a dream. Unlike others, he is quite different. He doesn't want to be a glass blower. He wants to be someone. He wants to be someone. He wants to become someone. So Mukesh wants to learn to become a motor mechanic by finding a tutor, going to a garage to learn, by reading books, by joining a school.
By moving to garage to learn, sir. Option B.
First
Yes,
one, sir. Option
going
A.
to a garage to learn the skill of motor mechanism. What bothers the author most about the bangle makers? What bothers the author most about the bangle makers? A, the stigma of poverty and caste, the affluence of landlords, the behavior of the factory owners, the labor laws. What actually is responsible for their perennial poverty and misery?
That money lender.
Again, I am reading the options. The stigma of poverty and caste, the affluence of the landlords, the behavior of the factory owners. D, the labor laws.
Sir, the poverty and stigma of the.
So the affluent
Yes, the
Option A,
stigma
sir.
of poverty and caste.
Yes, sir.
Yes, they bank on the Karam theory that we are destined to work in the glass blowing industry. And as a caste, they are destined to work that only. They cannot migrate to some other sector. So it is the stigma, poverty and caste that is responsible for their poverty and misery. And that bothers the author most. One wonders, I'm reading out, I'm just quoting. One wonders if he has achieved what many have failed to achieve in their lifetime. He has a roof over his head. These lines were said in reference to the conditions of whom? The Mukesh father, the bangle factory owner, and Mukesh elder brother. Actually, who says it? In whose reference this has been said? He has a roof over his head. Very few people.
elder brother, sir.
Yes. The
Elder brother.
old husband, Mukesh father, the bangle factory owner, Mukesh elder brother.
Yes, elder brother.
Many have failed to have a house, to have a roof on their head. Very poor people they are. Their poverty never goes. They are in abject poverty. But there are some who could have done something. And here is the one who has a roof over his head. That means he has constructed a house of his own. And who is that person? The elderly woman's old husband, or Mukesh's father, or the Bengal factory owner, or Mukesh's elder brother. It is the elderly woman's old husband. It is the elderly woman's old husband who who has been able to have a roof over his head. And that is, she prides in telling so that her old husband could have a house of his own. Which of the objects below best serves as a symbol of an Indian woman's suhag? There are certain objects which serve as the symbol of Indian woman's suhag. Which best, here he says, which best serves as a symbol of an Indian woman's suhag? A. Bindi. B. Sindoor. C. Bangles. D.
Sindoor.
henna dyed hands.
Sir, bangles.
Bengal, sir.
Bangles.
Bangles.
We know that Sindoor is also a symbol of Indian woman's suhag. But bangles, it best serves as a symbol of the Indian woman's suhag, the bangles. Number 30. The 7 colors of the rainbow is referred to which object? The 7 colors of the rainbow, Bibgyor, is referred to which object? Cloths, birds, bindis, bangles.
Bengals.
Bangles.
It is
Bangles.
definitely bangles. Bangles are multicolored. There is a pageant of colors of bangle. What was the profession of Mukesh's father before he became a bangle maker? What did he do before he became a bangle maker? Was he a tailor, a carpenter, a scavenger, a mason? What was he? Before he came to bangle industry, he had a different profession. Was he a tailor, a carpenter, a scavenger, or a mason? Have you marked in the text? So before Mukesh's father became a bangle maker, he was really a tailor. He was a tailor beforehand. The frail woman in Mukesh's house, there is a frail woman, very lanky. The frail woman in Mukesh's house is his mother. B. Elder brother's wife. C. Wife. D. Niece.
Elder brother's
Who is
wife.
the frail woman? Who is that frail woman? Thank you, sir. Who is that
The
frail
elder
woman?
brother's wife.
Yes, it is the elder brother's
Elder brother.
wife. You are right. You are right. Very much. If laws were to be enforced, it would bring about a change and relief in the lives of about 10,000 children, 20,000 children, 100 children, 1,000 children.
20,000
How many
children.
children would be benefited
20,000.
if laws were to be enforced? That children below such and such age cannot work in a your bangle factory. How many children would be benefited? 10,000, 20,000, 100, 1.
YouTube Google channel.